The case of a kidnapped woman in South Carolina found chained inside a storage container has revealed the twisted tale of a potential serial killer. Kayla Brown lived to tell her story. Investigators say her alleged captor has admitted now to 7 killings. David Begnaud has new details on the suspect, real estate broker Todd Kohlhepp. Begnaud spoke last night with Kohlhepp's mother for a special report on tomorrow night's 48 Hours.
Todd is not a monster. He's not even close to it. He wasn't doing it for enjoyment. He was doing it because he was mad and he was hurt.
This is Regina Tague, the mother of self-confessed killer Todd Kohlhepp.
Given what your son has admitted, your son is the definition of what's known as a serial killer.
I hate that. I know that's what they say. He was very misunderstood.
But sheriff's deputies say there's no misunderstanding. Todd Kohlhepp is responsible for at least 7 murders. His dark past came to light when 30-year-old Kayla Brown was found chained to a container. She and her boyfriend, Charlie Carver, were missing for 2 months. She was found on Kohlhepp's property.
She was yelling.
She was banging very hard on the container. She was bound. There was a chain from the top of the cage to something else that went around her neck. She was distraught, panicked.
Her boyfriend, Charlie Carver, was not as fortunate.
She said she witnessed him being shot.
After he was taken into custody, Kohlhepp asked to speak with his mother. She says he told her everything and apologized.
I'm sorry, Mom.
Did he cry?
His eyes looked horrible. They were red.
Why did he kill her boyfriend?
Because he got nasty and got smart mouth.
Why did he chain that girl up?
Because he didn't know what to do at that point. She saw evidently him kill her boyfriend. And he didn't know what to do with her. He couldn't turn her loose. She'd go get the police.
Last Saturday, Kohlhepp led Sheriff Chuck Wright to his property. He showed the sheriff's investigators where he had buried Carver and 2 drifters he murdered after allegedly hiring them to work on his property.
He was very polite and was remorseful, actually. I said a prayer with him.
What would take everyone by surprise was when Kohlhepp also admitted to gunning down 4 people in a notorious coal case. It had become known as the Superbike murders. Kohlhepp had wanted to return a motorcycle.
They laughed at him, made jokes at him. Everybody's hurt. He hurt everybody.
David Begnaud joins us now from Woodruff, South Carolina. David, good morning. So what do we know? Are there any other victims out there?
Nora, we asked Regina Tague, and she insists when she asked her son, he looked her in the eye and said, "Mom, there are no more surprises. There are no more bodies buried in my property, and there's nothing else that you have to worry about."
Boy, David, I got to tell you, listening to Mom's interview is very tough, I would imagine, if you're a member of the victim's family. I think it's tough if you're not a member of the victim's family. It was very tough to hear what she had to say. Do you know how Kayla's doing?
We asked that, Gail. Apparently, Kayla's doing remarkably well. In fact, we have an exclusive interview on 48 Hours with a man who saw Kayla the day she was found, had lunch with her when she was released from the hospital, says she put on 10 pounds, looked remarkably good, and didn't appear to show any signs of having been held captive for the last 2 months.
And again, David, we know he is cooperating with authorities. What's next in the case?
Well, he goes to court in January, Josh, but here's where it gets interesting. I asked the mom, does he plan to plead guilty or not guilty? And she looked me in the eye and she said he will plead guilty. He just hopes to get an attorney that keeps him off death row.
David, what a disturbing story and incredible reporting by you and your whole team there. Thank you so much. You can see David's full report, Buried Truth. That's tomorrow night at 10, 9 Central, right here on CBS.